The government shutdown now passes a month, and food banks are preparing for more traffic than ever, with SNAP benefits now on pause. The latest on how officials are trying to fund the program. And tenants at one apartment complex are calling out the ownership, how they came together to make demands and fight for change.
Taking action for you. Action News 5 starts now with breaking news.
Now we start Action News 5 at 8 with some breaking news. Memphis police say a man is dead in a shooting investigation in southeast Memphis. Memphis police say the victim was shot at around 1 o'clock this morning on Dwight Road. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition where he later died. MPD says the suspect is a man who ran away as officers arrived on scene. They believe the victim was one of the suspects, as this was an attempted robbery. One other person is detained. Switching gears now, Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant will not play tonight against the Toronto Raptors. He's been suspended by the team for one game for conduct detrimental to the team. The suspension comes after Friday's loss to the Los Angeles Lakers. Morant scored just 8 points in the game, one of the lowest in his career. According to an ESPN insider, the Grizzlies head coach challenged Morant's leadership and effort post-game, which Ja did not respond well to. Tonight's game against the Toronto Raptors will be in Toronto. Tip-off is set for 5 p.m. Action News 5's Matt Enfield would have a more in-depth report on Ja's suspension later in the newscast.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Kirk bounces one up the middle, bends to the bag, over to first to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall and win back-to-back titles.
Well, you just heard it there. The Los Angeles Dodgers are back-to-back World Series champions. They beat the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 7 by a score of 5-4. Dodgers catcher Will Smith hit the game-winning home run in the 11th inning. This is the Dodgers' third World Series title in 6 years. As the government shutdown continues, millions have now lost access to the SNAP benefits. The program helps more than 40 million people buy groceries. 2 federal judges ordered the Trump administration to tap into emergency funds to provide at least partial assistance. President Trump says ending the shutdown is simple. Congressman Steve Cohen says he's reached out to Tennessee Governor Bill Lee about using state funds to help thousands of families keep their benefits.
We'll have a great number in the millions of people who will suffer possibly hunger and possibly malnutrition.
I mean, I just think it's crazy they're even thinking about doing that. There's so many kids that already struggle that don't even have beds, more or less food.
States and communities are stepping in to keep the program running, and local food banks say they're bracing for more families in need. U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn is supporting the Keep SNAP Funded Act, the bill she's introducing to continue funding SNAP benefits. Now, we're keeping you informed about food giveaways across the Mid-South, including those happening today. Just check actionnews5.com or our app. We're updating the list as more food pantries pop up. Now to a developing story. Tenants at an apartment building in the medical district are demanding their out-of-state landlord coming to Memphis to address long-standing issues with the building. Action News 5's Gardner Montgomery shares how they organized to form potentially the largest tenant union in Memphis history. All right, thank you, Gardner. The Tri-State Defender will announce the winners for the Best in Black Awards. It recognizes the best black businesses and organizations in the Mid-South. The event is Thursday at the Central Station Hotel. Tickets start at $75. After the break, Parkinson's disease affects millions of families worldwide. We have tips from experts that could make it easier living with it. Thanks for waking up on Action News 5 Weekend. I'm Melek Robinson. Quadruple murder suspect Austin Drummond is expected back in court tomorrow. Drummond pleaded not guilty to charges of killing a family of 4 in Lake County, Tennessee. Now, earlier this week, Drummond's attorney told the judge he's going to request the jury come from outside the area. Drummond faces first-degree murder and kidnapping charges, and prosecutors are pursuing the death penalty. The defense attorney also told the judge he is qualified to handle a death penalty case.
As you know, there are a couple of extra boxes we need to be sure we've checked there. Are counsel qualified? You qualified for lead role in death penalty case?
I am, Judge.
I feel reasonably certain,
Yes, sir.
That you're qualified for co-counsel role in death penalty case.
Now, the judge told both the state and the defense all motions need to be filed by tomorrow. Also happening tomorrow, the former youth tennis coach indicted for allegedly transporting a minor to have sex will report to court. Prosecutors say Tyler Sorey took a child across the interstate with the intent to engage in sexual activities back in April. Now in September, Sorey was ordered to wear a GPS monitor and 24/7 lockdown in his home. Switching gears now, food pantries in the Mid-South are seeing large turnouts since delays to SNAP benefits earlier this month. But as the lines grow, so do concerns about the quality of the food distributed. One recipient went to the Mid-South's food bank mobile pantry, but she was given chicken past its best by date. A food bank representative told us chicken from the pantry are quickly frozen after purchase and stays safe to eat.
Most meats you can freeze up to a year and they can still be good as long as they haven't been defrosted and they don't have a funny smell. No, it may not be fresh like your grocery store, but we understand that going into it.
Now, Nicole Willis, who you just heard from, says recipients should still check their food for spoilage because while they closely follow USDA regulations, there's an outside chance the food could contaminate once it's out of their hands. Now, for the first time in its 18-year history, a mom goes into labor during the Fresh Starts Community Baby Shower. The annual shower gave new and expectant moms tools to learn about motherhood. The women were able to connect and share their experiences, all while learning how to give their newborns the best possible start in life. Organizers say events like this offer needed support to new moms.
It's still important for us to come together as a community, and make sure that we protect our own, make sure that we ensure that every child gets an opportunity here, and do everything that we can to ensure that, number one, that the children are protected, and number two, that these mothers know that they are loved and they know that there's opportunity and we get them to the resources that they need.
Now, participants say everyone stopped to help the woman whose water broke at the event. Luckily, she made it to the hospital safely. Now, a lot of working moms and dads will tell you finding and maintaining quality child care is such an important issue. Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves is suggesting a cost-sharing model. His proposal would offer that to families who don't qualify for government subsidies. He's looking at it as a workforce issue. Early learning advocates say the research they've done proves that it is a barrier.
Same way that roads and bridges help people, help move materials and products through the state and through the country. Childcare is business infrastructure in that if parents don't have a way to care for their child while they're at work, they're choosing, unfortunately, or they're having to make hard choices. In some cases, if the cost is too high or if they can't find care, then they're staying home. They're choosing, they don't really have a choice. They have to stay home rather than take a job.
Now, Governor Reeves' proposal does not offer specifics on how the program would be set up, but it does note the governor wants to see a cost-sharing model like TriShare that other states are using. You'd pay for child care, but would split those costs with your employer and the state. All right, it's that time of the year. Action News 5 is teaming up with Kroger and the Mid-South Food Bank to feed local families with the Action News 5 Holiday Food Drive. Now, there are 3 different ways you can help. First, scan that QR code right on your screen to give directly to the page and for more information. Now, secondly, you want to round up at the register. Next time you check out at Kroger, round up the cost of your purchase and that money will go directly to the Mid-South Food Bank. And finally, December 3rd, you can drop off donations in person at several Kroger locations. After the break, more than 38 million people have diabetes and millions more don't even know they have it. Hear one man's story with his second chance at life.